have to do is you have to have some patience when you play through the campaign, because it takes a good 2.5 hours, like I said, before you actually get to the real game.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I've really had an issue with is the pacing of the tutorial. The campaign itself is great, but the pacing at which they introduce new things to you is a little slow in the beginning.
Yeah, they really were worried, I think, about people not getting how what this game was about, and so they kind of over-indexed on, okay, we're just gonna give you this one skill.
Just
like have fun, like figure out how to target.
Take it slow.
Yeah, like really slow. But once you get to the point that you can build arsenals, right? And that's really the game. Essentially, you're building a deck of 30 skills, and you have to manage, the draw odds and everything that you would do when you're thinking about building a deck for something like Magic the Gathering, except you're doing this to have combat with other people in real time.
I didn't mean to talk to him.
That's when I think the light turns on. At least it did for me. Is after playing it and finally, I'm like, why do people love this game? When I first started playing, I'm like, okay, it's cool looking and I get it, and oh yeah, like I see some Panzer Dragoon like lasers. And I love that stuff, and this is awesome. And then finally got to the deck building, and I was like, oh. And then the light went on, right?
There's a whole other level.
It's like, oh my God, this is what the game. Oh my God, no wonder people love this game.
Yeah, and it's divided into 5 schools, and you can combine them in different ways. And there's, I think it's 374 total skills.
Yes,
right?
374 skills total.
Unique skills, and so you can combine all of these into different arsenals and different combinations, and perform combos in game with different skills.
Yep.
So, is there do you want to elaborate on those skills? You said there's 5 different ones. What are they? Are they classes? What are they?
So, like I said, it's divided.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
So, do you want to maybe explain those a little bit more?
Sure.
Spider-Man going deck. What's up, baby?
School is Psycho, and it's all about power moves, lower cost, higher damage. Not a whole lot of frills on it, although there's a lot of explosions. Very powerful school. And then the next school would be
what's going on? I'm checking out this
optics, great, long range, right? All kinds of things about playing with light. So you also get you start with things like lasers and all these kind of things that you can shoot at long range to try to hit people with. Eventually, you even get things like invisibility and all kinds of cool ways to kind of bend light and play with
on table
that stay within that theme of dealing with light.
Never mind.
Yeah, and then after that, you got nature, which is more or less as you would imagine.
We got this Microsoft stream here today.
Earth, a lot of
we might be getting Killer Instinct Part 2 or Season 4 and some other stuff. Right now they're talking about Phantom Dust.
Things that you're having trouble with. And then after that is Key.
Yep. You have Key, which is a great skill that's all about kind of very much like martial arts. It's very much about self-containment and augmenting. So there's a ton of mods that Key has that you can make yourself go faster, make yourself hit harder. You can debuff the other players and do the same thing. You can take things from them and pull it into you. And it's also very short range, but Key is very short range. So
right now they're talking about old-ass Phantom Dust.
Really, everything is divided into 3 ranges. How you play the game. There's long, medium, and close range. And literally, the crosshair will show you either green, orange, or it's kind of a yellowish color.
We're getting tweak this out.
That you've got to the target. And that's super important because a lot of your skills will either peter out and not go to certain
We got in the chat. Solid Snake, what's going on, baby?
Super tricky and do things like untargeted combat, which is something that's a super advanced thing in the game. Which is basically getting. No, you're not going to do that.
When you guys play, stay locked on.
Yeah, stay locked on. So the good thing about this game is it's a lock-on game. So there's not a lot of targeting worries you have to do when you're starting to play.
Fire into
No, you just squeeze the right trigger. It'll lock on to your nearest opponents.
Perfect.
If you have more than one, you can squeeze the left trigger to cycle between your opponents. That's all you have to worry about. Once you're locked on, you're always going to see that player. Even through geometry, you're always going to be facing and looking at where they are.
Good to know.
That produces some interesting skill that you have to develop about moving around an arena when you always are looking at an opponent.
Okay.
Right? Because you might be up against a wall or other things like that.
So you can always give you a person hiding, you can move behind geometry to kind of get away from.
You can using geometry to your advantage is super important in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Your positioning is super important.
Yeah, it's because the thing you have to understand about Phantom Dust is there are ways to attack you from anywhere on the board. Like,
I mean, you did say there was a laser targeting satellite thing, which sounds crazy.
There's things that can drop on you from above. There's things.
This you know what's bad. Microsoft ain't got no game. They talking about this old ass game from 2003.
There's things that can
crazy.
go through walls. Yep. There's things that go through walls.
Let's hop into this then, because that sounds very exciting.
Okay, let's just jump into multiplayer.
Yeah. So
we'll give you guys a crash course.
Is there a good level that we should start with? Because there are a lot of actual maps for this custom thing. So I'm looking.
So I would just do Palace, which honestly I think that was actually a translation error. Looking at all the original documentation for the game, it's probably supposed to be called Plaza. Because it actually is a plaza.
It's basically like a mall.
Yeah, it's a shopping mall essentially.
What's the name of this damn show?
Lost Light and Noble is just different lighting.
It's just lighting. I would probably stick with Lost just so it's, for now, so it's easy.
We're gonna go with a very basic start, you know.
And the interesting thing about this game is that
the
stage has a massive amount of impact on your deck, on your arsenal that you create, because something
like this live on Microsoft Studios
is really going to favor long range attacks.
That might be the map that we picked, and because I think. Can you fall off on that?
Oh, you can fall off a lot.
Yeah, I fell off a lot.
You fall off on.
I think that's the one I fell off. Is there now? There's also a lot of different characters on the character select screen. Is there any benefit to any of them?
So why don't you talk about that?
So there's kind of 2 to 3 main types of characters. There's
Microsoft, you dropping the ball, baby.
Or rollers. So you
they dropping the ball, ain't they?
Yeah, man. They talking about this old ass Phantom Dust right now.
Like or Meister, who you have
no. That's not that stream.
What stream?
What you watching?
I'm on the stream. The link you gave me.
Is more defensive.
No, let me give you the right link.
Okay.
Because they talking about killing. Say I was on there at first too. Let me.
Oh shit! Give me the right link then.
This one?
My bad. Here you go.
Perfect. All right. Ooh, colors. I don't know what they are.
Just pick one.
I'm gonna go color 3. All right, now I'm going.
I was on that shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then found out I was on the wrong stream.
Really good. Kind of like FGC quality good. I could play both games for until I fell asleep, literally.
All right, so you'll have to open
different story for a different day. But because I was working at Namco, I was traveling.
So it should pop up under that bell. Oh, nope. Okay.
That's not helpful.
Back one more. Under to the left.
Where we at?
To be at the arcade show. I think
okay, kind of laggy. Hold up. Shit, kind of laggy. What's up, Microsoft? It's shit lagging. Oh, that shit laggy as hell. Is shit lagging? Drop it down.
10 minutes, and me and a friend of mine from Namco kept going back to Street Fighter over and over and over again. This was before it was on location test. So a month or 2 later, it's
talking about how
I think it's summer.
He was talking about how he got started and how KI got started from him being at Nintendo.
Anyway,
I think about 25 years ago.
Player, like I said, and about a mile from where I lived, Sunnyvale
now he's talking about,
I was there
I think, Street Fighter 2.
And part of the reason was
when they first
I
played
love
Street
arcade
Fighter
games,
2.
it was close. But the other reason was that a lot of the big arcade companies were doing location tests there. Namco tended to do them in San Francisco because they had their own arcade on Pier 39, but Capcom location tested at Sunnyvale Golfland. And I was there like 2 days. I think I didn't.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's going on, baby?
Like the second day
you guys
of
be
the
so kind, hit the like button.
Test. Well, I'd already played it a couple shows for 30 or 40 hours. So being able to drop in and kind of do good at Sunnyvale Golfland for a while, I meet this random dude, happens to work at Capcom, him, and now James can take over the story of way back when in Sunnyvale Golfland.
Yep. And so we're playing, and you know, it's like we're just having a good time, and you know, I mean, I'm sure you were playing Kenaroo, and I was probably playing Zangief, and we had some good exchanges.
Blanca.
Oh, yeah,
little
Blanca,
bit of Rue, but Ken.
That's right.
I got it.
And Blanca.
I got it playing.
Okay.
Okay,
I didn't know. I thought it was lagging. My bad.
I mean, I was hair, t-shirts.
Yeah.
I didn't look
Curly
like
mullet
a game industry
here.
person. I'm just dude playing Sunnyvale Golfland.
And we're both shy, and we had a hard time just talking as we were playing.
Hold on, shy?
We never talked to anybody.
We were like sitting there real quiet playing.
Oh, yeah,
And then one of us threw each other a bunch, and someone said, "That's cheap." And then the ice was broken, and we just started talking. And then it's like, "Oh, you work at Namco? Shit, I work at Capcom. Shoot, I work at Capcom."
Yeah,
and,
really weird. The throwing is cheap thing, which it's another piece of interesting back history. There's no there were no throwing in Killer Instinct in the first arcade game. And there was a reason.
You go with that Chow Mein.
Throwing was sort of banned at Sunnyvale Golfland. I mean, people would do it, but it was banned. So there was this weird
I saw a chair
FGC thing.
A stool thrown.
Yeah, especially the guile cheap knee tick throws. Those were So you kind of had to learn to play legit, is the way I thought of it at the time. So when we were started talking about Killer Instinct 1 and, hey, you should have throws. No, throws are bad. Maybe it was a miseducation at the time. I love them now. They're my good friend right over here. And, you know, throw, reversal. It's obviously a big part of the game and of KI ever since Season 1 or even in KI 2 arcade.
On this live on
Microsoft
Microsoft
Studios. Quite as refined as where throwing has gotten today. Yeah. But that community, this small community of people that really, really cared about fighting games just started to grow right at the beginning with Street Fighter at Sunnyvale Golfland. And I played there for years. I got in a couple of the tournaments, just got crushed. But so a lot of the fun I had going there was just getting to play with some of these people that I'd see play on I think it was Wednesday night tournaments or something like that for a while. I'd go watch those. There were a couple bigger tournaments that would bounce between, it was Milpitas where the other Golfland was. Which, funny enough, was close to a company I had before I got a company I worked for before I got in the game industry was in Fremont, and so I'd get over to that Golfland a couple times when I worked over there. So it felt familiar when I heard there was competition at the Milpitas Golfland, so I'd cruise over there. But my home base was Sunnyvale Golfland. It was funny when I moved up to come to Nintendo. I had regrets. I liked the Bay Area. I liked going to Santa Cruz. I liked. My wife's family are there. A lot of friends were there. But funny enough, the thing that kind of got me in the stomach was I was leaving Sunnyvale Golfland, and every time we'd go back there, including I was there about 4 months ago. We drive by, go to Sunnyvale Golfland. There's a whole lot of ticket redemption machines now, but they still have a row of, you know, here's where the beloved people get to play the great games from, you know, both the past and current times, because current arcade fighting games are still alive and well at Sunnyvale Golfland.
Yeah, I was there all the time. My apartment was literally a block from there. I bought a house maybe 3/4 of a mile from there, and that's why we kept bumping into each other, and eventually led me going to Namco.
Yep.
Yeah, I hired him. So you're just following Ken around. You're just kind of stalking him as you go.
Yeah, I wish I would have followed him a little closer, you know, for longer. But yeah, it's just that sense of community that was there was small, but you know, again, I joke it's before the internet or before it was easy for everybody to access it, but there was pockets all around the country, and I would travel with Capcom, and I would ditch all the sales and marketing guys and go find local arcades, and they would have their own.
Yeah, back in the days, man, them arcades
was life.
Used to be cracking.
Road is born, it was life.
Voodoo, you know, and so,
man,
I ain't gonna lie, online play killed all that shit.
And the tournaments that you're talking about, I ran.
But it's nothing like that arcade experience, man. My friend had a pocket full of quarters. My folk was lined up. You had crowds around. You was like, I got next. I got next.
Arcade machine and a Super Nintendo with the Street Fighter 2 copy, and so that community is like really key. And so it's just amazing how, you know, decades later, how big the FGC is and how strong the community is. And now we have social media where we can be really vocal and make sure that you're heard, you know, and of course we listen really closely too, as much as we can. So
I mean, obviously a common theme here is that, like, it's a community. So it's, I mean, it's a family of sorts. So obviously, you know, you want to be respectful to everybody. You want everybody to feel included and be nice and just kind of build the community rather than like let's throw stones at it and knock the walls down. That doesn't help anyone. So everything that you guys are gonna see in these clips and everything is all you know, thanks to the tournament organizers, the stream moderators, the streams that are hosting it. Shout out to Team Spooky.
Team Spooky.
Being awesome on that.
Shit looking spooky right now. Where the game's at? God damn it.
Pharaoh, good, you know, he does all the weekly KI tournaments that we are providing support for.
That's right.
So
CEO, Combo
yep.
Breaker,
Team Spooky. They didn't get you. They didn't get your shit. See,
it's funny because it's sort of replaced my.
Oh man.
Stole my shit, didn't they?
They didn't get your shit. Team Spooky.
I can always watch, especially when we get into tournament season. There's good fights happening every weekend, and I can kick back for a few minutes and watch.
I ain't played Killer Instinct in so long, bro.
It's awesome where we live today, and
I've been playing with my. I ain't played online, but I've been playing with my kids. My kids love that shit, man. They be.
You go to Sunnyvale Golfland. It was in a good neighborhood, but it was, it's an arcade. It's an arcade in the, at the time, some people would have considered that not the perfect safe place, and yet everybody there was super tight. It was just a tight group of people that loved fighting games, and we'd go, cruise over to Milpitas, and there was this cool little inner Golfland rivalries, but at the same time, everybody knew that they were there together because they loved something.
And we can't forget the players and the competitors.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be a game, or we wouldn't even be able to have any of that without all the people that are still super hardcore into KI, and that's incredible to me.
And once in a while, as a family, we're going to disagree, and we're going to have arguments, and just we wanted to remind everybody that we're doing this Ultra Tour, and we're trying to sponsor the events that we believe in that have similar values. It's a fun, safe, family-friendly place to be. They have great rules for the players. It just comes down to respecting all of those things and working together to make sure that we're on the same page, because we start trying to bully each other, or we're not working correctly on the rules, it just starts falling apart. So that's why I'm really proud of how Ultra Tour has been going, and let's keep it that way. Let's keep talking to each other. Let's
just have fun.
Exactly.
Just be a great family and keep it positive. That's all we can do, and then we'll keep having more fun stuff.
All right. Yeah. So, in light of all that, and like I said, thanks to everybody that made all this possible, let's go ahead and watch our first clip.
Yes.
Oh shit.
I don't remember what order I put it in, but we're gonna find out. Can we watch the first one? There we go.
Here. Yeah, and he's gonna lose all that life because of it. Mirror Instinct really great at helping her get that life back.
You're gonna probably see him go a little crazy with some specials right now.
Yeah, he's gonna regain that health as he gets the mist out there, so that's one thing to watch out for. Shadow for the lockdown. Doesn't go in behind it.
Oh, that's a tournament.
Sonic Dolphin sitting on 2 bars a meter.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna be mad as hell when we don't announce it for the new.
What's scary is that this is a one-hit game.
You gonna get a grant video.
One-hit game, 100%.
I already know it's coming.
For the counter breaker, couldn't find it.
Oh, sitting up there, had me watching this dog shit.
No, I'm rocking.
Oh, he went for the reset. Oh my god, he would have killed him if he got it afterwards, but look at the potential life up there. Goes for the dragon kick at the same time.
Is he gonna get a grab in there?
Oh, he went for it.
He goes for the dragon kick. Is he gonna get it?
Combo, nigga, what's up?
Juggle, he died at 80% life.
Right here.
Yeah, and he's...
Yeah.
All right, so what you guys just saw was Circa Nikki versus Sonic Dolphin, and that was Amira versus Combo Breaker. That was in Combo Breaker 2018. So, what do you guys think?
So I'll start. I mean, we obviously pre-watched, and in fact, I watched this live.
Fighters are overpriced.
Clips were coming around of, hey, we're going to show.
He says, "What you got me watching, big bro?"
And I think one of the things that, rather than break down individual moves that are going on, especially in this first.
Hey man, we supposed to be getting some new Killer Instinct information.
That was incredible.
A general theme of what we're seeing, both in many different fights, and I'm sure a lot of you have watched them, as well as some of the clips we're showing today, is the hype. What happens when a match is almost over? And to be honest, it's one of my flaws. I think I'm pretty good. Round one, bring it. When we're even, I'm okay. But as soon as I get near winning, it's like heart starts pounding. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. All I gotta do is get him one more hit. And watching the whole second life bar down, he's taking notes. Actually, I'm always calm. I maintain.
Lucky tells us that like Killer Instinct. Hey, Deuces X, don't start your shit, man. Don't start your shit. The stream just started.
He real disrespectful for that one.
Don't come in with the disrespect, man.
I'm gonna expend them at the end as a comeback mechanic. I'm gonna risk counter breakers. You know, you see that happening here where people are coming into the end. You know you're going to lose. A lot of people, especially in tournaments, won't do counter breakers. They'll just hang back. Part of it is they're trying to, you know, download was a super cool thing I heard during one of the tournaments years ago. Basically learn what the other player is doing, when they do it, how they do it. And once you get a feeling, rather than, you know, guess breaking or guess counter breaking, doing it when you know something in particular is going to happen. When the game gets close to the end, all bets are out the window, and you're like, I need to try and break this, or I'm going to lose, or I need to do a counter here so I can get long combo, get him to soak a bunch of damage. I think it's one of the things I love the most about Killer
Instinct. Hit the like button, man. If you think my man that comment was so disrespectful, hit the like button.
Amongst expert players.
Well, we try to put into the DNA of well, you always had it, but especially the reboot, and lots of discussions with both developers as we.
That was wild, man. That was disrespectful,
the DNA
bro.
level is the poker game. You know, there's a counter to a counter to a counter. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna bluff? Are you gonna counter break? And then lots of comeback mechanics, and even in the characters themselves, 29 characters, very different play styles, and mirrors a glass cannon, and that's where that just...
I don't know. We got a big announcement today, bro.
Like a glass cannon? Are you crazy, Adam Hart? But it works, and when you see mirror work, oh my God. And in this case, a lot of damage got given up during that.
It said tune in, we got a big announcement today.
For those of you that aren't familiar with the game, Mira, as she does damage, loses her own health.
As she uses moves, she converts her health into basically she could lose it.
Yes.
It's that silver
So she can essentially
health.
kill herself.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
almost like potential damage.
Right.
Yes,
So she
but
needs
on
to
yourself.
feed. She needs to feed to get that converted back to her health. And in that case, you saw
So it's
a bunch
high,
of moves used
it
that
could
drained
be
a bunch of that. Yeah.
high risk, high reward
It's
kind
super
of
high.
type thing.
That is the whole point.
All right.
And that's what the combat team thought of, and boy, does it work.
So, and you guys just saw a really great Kim move from Sonic Dolphin. Incredible. So, you guys want to move on to the next one? All right, let's go on clip number 2.
Clip number 2. Come on, give me something new.
I kind of forget, so we're going to wait till we see it.
The character, that's just how it works. Full wrath gauge here.
And to think, it used to be.
You know they gotta drag it out. You know they just can't give you the announcement. You know they just...
They better give me something before I slide into a diabetic coma.
Doesn't get the recapture. Gets it that time. Locked out. 2 shadow bars on this. Spin that.
My man Crummy side exposed that this game can't be revived. I like the Killer Instinct though.
Yeah, Killer Instinct is fire.
It's a wall splat if you don't cancel out of it.
What's the last season we got 3? We just haven't got anything after 3.
Yeah, season 3.
Doesn't work out with the punish anyway. That could be an ultra. It is. He has so much time to confirm it. One chance.
Goes from behind. He avoids the destruction.
Was it 4K 60 on the X?
Oh, I can't speak.
Yeah.
He's getting the mix of cash.
He's gonna get it.
He's dead. All right. One
now he has to do that like 3 more times. Yeah.
All right, so that was Storm, who was playing.
Jumbled.
Quick note for
my
those
man
of
said
you
I've
Storm.
been. He said I've been. I might have to boot my shit back up. This shit is kind of hot right there with TJ. So I've been in a few diabetic comas this generation. You ain't lying about that.
TJ combo. So, what do you think?
Well, I want to know what happened next. I think I know, but watching the clip is still like, oh man, it's really mean. We cut it off right there. But this is another example of just KI can be wild sometimes. I mean, look at that.
Right,
TJ's dead, but of course he has last breath. He gets up, and then what? He gets that first life bar. So.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was originally watching, and I remember watching the match, it was like, oh well, Storm's got a huge advantage over this guy. Like, come on. And then TJ Combo just kind of puts on, you know, ate his Wheaties in the morning and went ham.
Yeah, that move in particular was pulled originally in Killer Instinct 2. Jago could do a move where he'd sacrifice life and then come back at the end with a second breath. And Jago kind of has a good arsenal. So rather than put, you know, take away his slide, take away last breath, and then put those into other characters, whether it's Shago or Eagle with the slides, or in this case with TJ doing his last breath. You can obviously stop it with an ultra, but you know, it ends up causing scenarios like this. When I end up fighting with TJ, it's not like I forget, but you still get that sort of momentary, yes, I'm going to, oh crap, he's going to pop. You know, and then run away. Again, I think it's nice. It goes to what James was saying earlier about adding some massive variety to the way the characters fight. You know, also, the whole combo string system for TJ Combo is unique.
We trying to find out right now, DZ.
That James came up with. And I remember their early conversations about it. It was like, You want to what? Oh, that sounds
auto barrage. Let's go.
That. It's like I sort of understand, and then once
Yeah,
it's
hold on.
prototype, it's like, oh, that's rad.
We prototyped it on Jago. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course. I'm like, Jago's awesome. He should have this. No, okay, he shouldn't have that.
I
don't
expanded
mess with
it
Jago.
with no capture.
Again, I was pretty heavily involved, obviously, in KI1 and 2 Arcade. Helped Adam a bunch with Season 1. Season 2 and 3, I was just sort of come around. You know, they'd build cool stuff, and I love playing. So it'd be like, hey, we're doing this thing. Come look. I'd always start with, that's different. And, you know, of course, like always, start building on the character and get, shall we say, confused at first and then see the opportunities. And then for me, the real beauty was watching tournaments and then seeing this stuff land. You know, it's like, okay, now I really understand what you were going from.
All right. So we're gonna roll on to the next one?
Yeah.
While we're waiting for that one to load up, just so you
he
know,
put the hands on him with that comp with TJ.
Who is your favorite person to play against?
Anybody except Asako.
All right, that's fair. All right, let's go to
Maybe a little Sadira is near. I figured out Sadira about a few months after she shipped. When she first came out, I'm like, I have no idea what to do against this character. And some of that is just the pairings, right? She's strong against Jago.
Yeah, we need your finishing moves. We need to bring back the finishing moves. I can agree with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button for your boy, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, those arrows. You gotta watch out. Late Handsom's got slide. Yeah, gonna end the combo, take that knockdown, mix up. You know the cling is coming to the other side. What are you gonna do? Each hit of that screech is an individual. Like, there's a gap in there, so you can get mixed up between every single one. Yeah, use that explosion.
Minty has an option for everything.
Every single scenario. Yeah, walks forward, takes that forward medium punch. Shooting the arrows here. He's got 3 arrows left, uses the screech, and there it is, the stagger off that right into the slide. And he's gonna use the shadow to actually bring back all the arrows. Full quiver.
All right, so that was from the winners final at Combo Breaker 18, where it was Amenti versus Hollywood Sleep, and if you played along, Amenti won. If not, spoilers, sorry. And what we saw, what we got to see in those finals, I think Amenti rolled his eagle for all the matches against Hollywood, I think. And Eagle was one of the last characters added to Killer Instinct.
Yeah, we need finishing moves.
And we actually had someone from Ness First Tribe brought into the studios to do some of the recordings, right? Some of the voices, some of the voiceovers and sounds and everything, right?
Collaborated on the design also, aspects of the design. We want to make sure we had a lot of the culture right. We talked about a lot of weapons, like the bone whip he has on his hip that he uses on a couple of moves.
This is dry as fuck. KFC's business is dry.
This shit dry as fuck. I'm getting sleepy as hell over here.
Hey, man, listen there, man. Everybody grab their insulin.
Able to just interface with tech is very
I'm gonna take an L on this one.
Hey, yo, and you put that back. Yo, we doing tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. What's going on tomorrow, boss?
And I think they
I thought
Microsoft having a stream.
I ain't know.
They were doing like some of the war cries, and we could hear them from our.
Hey, I'll take my L on this one.
Okay,
I was going again, time machine. Little tiny closet in a rare
information about
barn,
Killer
which
Instinct.
is what they used to call their little dev studios at the Manor Farmhouse in lovely Twycross.
I already know it.
Thunder. Come on. And in the first season, we decided,
Yakuza 6 right now.
We're going to redo Thunder.
Gotta get back in
we should redo
that
Thunder
shit
in a way
dog
that's
shit. You would have fell
far
asleep
more
on that
respectful,
too.
respectful
Yakuza ain't bad, bro.
to just the culture in general.
Dialogue a little crazy,
Our good friends at Double Helix reached out
bad.
originally to Nez Perce and met some of the
man,
tribal leaders.
I blame you for this, big fella.
Although they didn't do the recording, I was honored to once again do the recording.
No, this was on me. I told you.
Yeah, you know me. I
season 1.
Going on, bro.
Thunder's.
Yo, tell me this live stream tomorrow, yo.
I said, see what we doing for the live stream tomorrow.
Sort of cool the way they did it. They gave me phrasings. They gave me a recording of what it should sound like. But that still didn't seem cool enough for Eagle. And after several trips to go visit the tribe, we were able to. They offered to come, not just help, consult. As you said, we have backstory. We have things that are meaningful to their culture. They also offered to do the voiceover. And so when you're playing as Eagle, you're actually hearing their voice, you're hearing their song in the chants. It's really good.
Yeah.
If you think this show is dog shit so far, hit the like
It's
button.
just amazing the work that was done there, and also we updated Thunder's costume.
Yep.
I'm yawning and shit.
Also for the special
How long is
version
shit
that we
supposed to be?
released, around
I don't even know, bro.
and then regarding the Eagle play, I mean, what's
They
really cool
they
about
said
what
there
we
was
saw
some
and the fact
announcements
that,
today. I don't
we go
know.
on to win is
You know
I
they're
think
gonna
people were
drag it out though.
shocked at how tough it was to fight Eagle.
Yeah.
Like, because that kind of came out of nowhere. Like, maybe some people don't know, but that's like what I love about fighting games when it's like, and here's this character that turns out can just win.
So that's
if you don't know what to do.
That's actually one of my favorite things about watching like the KI tournament specifically is that, you know, even watching like the pool play, the brackets, like going through everything, I have seen so much of the roster used that it almost seems like anybody is viable. Granted, like Ken said earlier, there are, you know, sometimes a Jago versus Sadira is kind of rough, but there are people that are like, I think I saw pretty much everybody on the roster used at some point, which to me is really cool because like you'll look at some other games like
my eyes watery as hell right now.
Because these are the ones that are the best. But like, I mean, like he proved, Eagle is really good against, you know, he can hold his own.
Yeah, I think the matchups, one of the best things the team did was
not
doing,
so far, man. Right now, I'm back to my
offset, but not to an extent that any one character is dominant. And you ended up clearly without the tier system. You see a lot of fighting games where you're either going to play a top tier character or you need to be orders of magnitude better than the people you're playing against. Where in KI there are these pairings of, you know, hey, you want to deal with somebody that's using Jago again as an example.
It can set your old ass up, man.
Anti-rushdown. And it's one of the things that's interesting about Eagle, because he can sit there and pound you. You know, if you're up close trying footsies, you know, good luck. If you're far away, he's going to sit there and whittle on you, so you can't really jump away and play a projectile game. But if you can keep away with his arrows, then suddenly he's not as strong. So a lot of what Menti was doing, you watched through the fight,
50
again,
for
all
the throat,
the
man.
fights I was watching was Eagle.
I know. I read something about that today. I ain't going to it, but what they was talking money, wasn't they?
Okay, here's why he's doing better than I think some of the other characters that I watched in Eagle. They either flush or they hold him too much. It's, I mean, definitely an interesting character that
50 be taking hella shots at Floyd and shit, right? So Floyd got tired and snapped back. Called 50 broke a snitch. Somebody living in a low ass apartment in New Jersey, and he said he got herpes, right? Boom. Right, he said some girl named DJ gave 50 herpes, right?
Damn.
So boom, all right, boom, he boom, he didn't slap 50 in the head with a bottle of bub, right? Like, oh shit, right? Put all his business out there. Man, 50 don't fire back. Remember that rapper nigga that what's his name? Earl Hayes was a writer. His people Floyd that killed himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, he killed himself. He was on live. He was on FaceTime with Floyd. 50 said, man, the reason why because he killed his wife in front of Floyd on FaceTime. Then he killed himself. 50 said you was fucking that nigga wife, and that was supposed to be his man. That's why he did that shit. Put all that shit out there. They going, the gloves is off now, bro.
Yo, so dude killed his wife in front of Ford?
Yeah, on the live stream, on FaceTime.
All right, let's go roll the first CEO clip. So, I think this time.
On his bone.
I think this is gonna be the Z Train over 9,000. Who,
Yeah, them niggas took the gloves off for real, didn't they?
For real.
Really good Maya.
Yeah.
Ain't no going back now.
All right, guess Man, another break.
What's up, Septic Meatball? Your 50 came back swinging.
I would counter break right now.
Yeah, you know your man R. Kelly dropped that I Admit shit yesterday, or the day before yesterday. That 19-minute song. What you think about that shit?
Hey, it was actually 45 minutes because some of that shit you had to stop and rewind back like.
I admit I was molested. He was funny. He told
niggas say he was broke. He don't own his music. He signed his publishing away at an early age. He was molested to the age of 14. Man, you know, he admitted his pretty much admitted that shit as far as liking young girls and shit and doing that shit, and that shit was kind of hard to listen to, man.
Yeah, he said, but y'all call me a pedophile. That's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, he said them parents. I mean, I believe that them parents know what the hell they be doing, man.
Yeah, he was telling, you know.
I ain't saying it's right. But
yeah,
shit,
the parents pushing their daughters up on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what they doing, trying to get some money and shit.
super good win.
Yeah.
But I think there's only like.
Yeah, man.
Momentum for him.
Yeah, well, the piece right at the end.
Yeah, but that because they pushed him up on you, you don't gotta, fall for that shit, man.
The same sort of idea of if you're gonna have a pressure.
You still got a motherfucking choice.
This very quick move between a high and low hit.
Nigga said a lot of shit a motherfucker didn't know about. Had to borrow money for the label, owed it $20 million.
Interesting that at the last second,
that shit just pretty much killed his career.
Yeah. Said he broke ass legend.
Yep. Basically. Yeah, because if that nigga had ownership to all the music he made, that nigga be straight for the rest of his life.
I'm wondering what it means that he don't own nothing, can't never own nothing. Like what?
No, he signed his publishing away.
For every album?
Young. He signed it away. Like for every, he don't own his publishing. So everything he write, you know what I'm saying, that shit's not his.
Yeah, I believe I can fly, all that shit. Go on, that's some hits.
Yep, all that shit, man. 12 play, all that shit from all that shit back in the day. I wrote that. So everything he was writing, if it was getting published in, through whoever got ownership of the publishing, then they own the copyrights and all the writings to that shit. So they get all the royalties and all that shit. Then that's crazy.
That's why you niggas still torn. So you gotta pay his rent.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. But then again, you gotta think, man. Like R. Kelly from Chicago, but he ain't really did shit for the city. He ain't, name one artist besides Boo and Gotti.
And what's the other girl? Sparkle.
And Sparkle did them bogus.
And so what about Selena Johnson?
She not with him no more.
Yeah.
I know another writer. She was under him from 10 years. Helping him writing shit. She got from under him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really did shit for the city, but then when he get in situations like this, that nigga be. I just want the city to back me up.
We've seen that.
Yeah, motherfuckers been saying that shit for years. Motherfuckers been saying that shit for years about that nigga.
So when you see it,
it
goes back to the meeting room where with Mike Willett and Dave V.
Nigga said you couldn't read, write,
talking about Counterbreaker and the fact that
or tell time and none of that shit. Say I was at the Grammys, I couldn't read the teleprompter.
Hey man, that nigga is a piece of shit. His brother said he was a piece of shit. He was paying him like $400 a week. R. Kelly crazy, man. I don't feel bad for him, bro.
And if I'm locked out, again, which is in that very first conversation, I was like, that's a bad idea. And then they walk through, and I'm like,
I don't know. This motherfucker stream here, bro.
Again,
this shit is.
Calling it hype, right? I mean, the first pitch was, we'll have this thing. It's called hype. But we're already hype. Anyway, we should look at more clips.
The last
Counterbreaker was a huge add to the game, and
the last clip from CEO was by far my favorite one. I think out of Combo Breaker and CEO. And you guys may know this guy Base. He's kind of okay at the game. This match was incredible. Like it came down to literally, just whoever.
Oh man, it's Xbox exclusive dub.
Just remember,
it's an Xbox exclusive dub. Was confirmed for Killer Instinct.
So we're gonna see some. Yep, we're gonna see some Aganos here. Let's go.
On that jumping pizza cutter.
Yeah, I think he was definitely predicting a fireball right there. Acted a little premature.
And Latalis tried to use the heavy piece, but you're slow. Oh, no. I really wish he
you watching that on
YouTube? I'm pretty sure it would have hit in that situation.
Yeah, I'm watching on Mixer.
He wanted
I'm talking about.
He wanted to
this is the last clip, so hopefully they.
Goes for the full screen ruin. It's not in time, and he has no chunks, so that's not great for him.
Base's tournament life is on the line right now. What's gonna happen?
That shadow counter though, folks, this is not over. This is UA Base. Into hard knockdown. What's the mix-up?
Base is still in this.
And a reset. This is not good. Latalis does have instinct.
Is he about to come back?
He better not come back. Oh shit, he came back.
He better come back.
Oh shit. Oh, he lost. He lost. Dang. That was a comeback right there, though. He lost.
I mean, I don't know that there's a lot to say about that. Base is incredible. That could have easily gone either way. And if you watched CEO, you know, Latalis, you know.
Ah, yeah.
That was close.
Yeah, that was good.
That hurt. That was painful.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah. You know, like two big guys, two big boys. Again, this goes to the whole cast.
Hopefully
like,
that was the
our
last
top
pick.
8, our top 16s have some of the most diverse, you know, cast members in there as far as like it's different. It's not the usual suspects. You literally don't know.
You say base
sometimes.
and, you know, you think, you know, Spinal.
Yeah.
He's very good Spinal, but then you've also got, you know, Shago, and just he seems to be comfortable with a lot of people. And then, you know, who expected an Aghanos or a General Realm? So
I was like, yes.
Right? I thought it was really cool. So
just unbelievable.
Do we want to have you guys play a quick match, maybe?
He was working out with Jacob for a minute, man. I thought he was going to pull it off.
We've got 3 quick community submitted ones. We'll do those first, and then we're going to watch Ken and James 1v1 each other because, you know, I think
NBA
it's funny and it's not
2K
me,
Playgrounds 2. That was that.
So let's go ahead and roll the first one from PCK. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
PK. Yeah,
I said it wrong, probably.
This is going to be the first
guys.
community submitted one, so let's go ahead and roll this.
I just always say it wrong.
Oh, it's going to be a second. I think it's going to be a Rash, though. So, you know, if you like Battletoads, you may want to watch this one, because who doesn't? Rash is so great. His taunt is the best in the game. Hands down.
Just, yes.
It makes the best gift, too. Like, how can you not? All right, here we go.
But that's going to be chip out.
And just like that, Loki's on tournament point. Nice, caught him with the Rekka.
Loki. Infamy.
Again,
Overhead does not work. Heavy lockout.
Loki paying full attention.
The grab. Oh no, instant cancel. Oh, he tried to reset. He just did not get that boot on time. The light kicks. Trying to reset again. He caught him with those heavies. The light lockout. Oh, medium lockout.
He hacking the shit out of him in that corner. Cheesing the hell out of him in that corner.
Hey, I ain't never seen nobody work like that with that dude, with that Raz dude.
Oh, taunting.
Oh, shit.
Damn!
That's gonna land, that's trouble. Oh, he dropped it like
Yo!
No. Oh, the hell was gonna land! Dude, are you serious? Are you Did you see that, man? A dropped ultra cost him and
Damn, post it. You got an off today, post?
Yeah, I'm off today.
What we playing today, big fella? I beat the shit out you in that fight night already, big fella.
Man, we could go back and get a rematch, big fella. That was your first time beat me, big fella.
That ain't the first time.
I gotta come back, but
I bet
you have drugged my name through the social media mud.
What you talking about? I bet you 2 times back to back. I went out there slump, skull, and I slumped the other nigga.
I know, though. I'm talking about prior to them 2 fights.
The first time we played, I beat the shit out you. What you talking about?
No, you didn't, boy.
I'm about to drop you with the body shots. Stop playing, bro. You remember that shit, bro.
I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
And then I came back and beat your ass.
With a career, with a hack fighter.
Yeah. Hey, no hack fighter.
Andre, who the hell is Andre Bishop?
Story mode. That's how I learned how to play. I went and played the story. Yeah, on the real. As you whooped my ass that from with all them body shots. I went and played the story mode like fuck that, cause you whooped my ass, then Noah beat my ass, then King Blood beat my ass too. I lost.
Oh, yo, Gary be talking a lot of shit. Oh, you talking about you working at Build a Bed. Gary, bring your weirdo ass. I want to hear about all that shit. He's doing doubles, bro.
Yeah, I went and played the story mode to fight night, and that's how I learned how to play. Then I came back like, yeah, I'm fucking everybody up.
One of the things that I'm most proud of the team for doing right all the way back to season 1. You know, this we talked early on about, hey, primarily, although we love the days of arcade and couch co-op or couch versus, most people now are playing online. What can we do? And lo and behold, you know, the whole rollback setup, it's just amazing. I mean, KI just feels the same.
It allows us to do.
We better get some information, bro.
Tour support.
Yeah, best net code in the game. I can't agree with that.
And 8-bit. Larry's top 32 killers, and this is PCK's.
Yes, Pharaoh's combo killers.
Yes.
I always get them mixed up.
And that's running through October. Make sure you check. It's a free sign up each week. There's limited to 32 players, so get in early. If you don't sign up on time, you're on a waiting list. And yeah, $2,000 of the Ultra Tour money on the line. So get in there, get in the season, get your points, get into the finals.
All right. So Ken and James are going to go ahead and set up in a lobby real quick. Couple community questions for you. How did, if you can give me a, where we're having technical.
No.
Was there a lot of Street Fighter influence that carried over to your designing of KI, or a little bit, maybe a lot?
Yes, in KI1,
Okay.
way more than Mortal Kombat. We didn't have a block button, and again, I like fireball motions, dragon punch motions. More importantly, though, I like the chess. That one of the things that I talked to him about that first trip, and it's been sort of the mantra all the way through, and I think all great fighting games do the same thing, that it's not about knowing how to do special moves. That's not what makes a fighting game great. It's also not about knocking over the table.
That's all James.
if you want to be okay at a fighting game, learn the moves, and you can go from okay to very good by learning when to do the moves.
Nice.
That's what makes a good fighting game, and that was what Street Fighter was.
All right. So you want to show him a good fighting game?
Let's go.
All right. Who's your favorite character?
I would be Jago, pretty
How about
much
you? Who's your
always. I like Riptor.
All right. Oh, Riptor is my favorite. Little sassy dino.
We good?
All right. Yep. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a friendly.
Friendly. That's what you call it.
1v1.
So we got y'all give us some news of what, baby? Yeah, I play Street Fighter. Ask him to pick up Street Fighter Arcade today.
I ain't played Street Fighter in a minute.
I should have looked over at his controller.
Yeah, I brought that shit too. You see, I was fucking you up with Akira and Tekken.
Oh, don't you dare.
Fuck out of here. Beat your ass.
Let's pull out the old card.
I cannot play fighters on fight sticks, bro.
Yeah, I ain't never played with a fight. Well, at the arcade, but as far as one in the crib, I ain't never had one.
My babies. Ah.
Oh. So James takes the first life bar.
Goodbye, meter.
All right.
Ow. You know you want to counter.
No. No.
Always the TJ combo music from James.
Damn.
The music in this game is incredible.
I ain't gonna lie, the graphics look kind of crazy on this shit though.
When the last time you played it?
Forever.
Yeah, they updated it to 4K and all that shit. So it pops a little bit more.
Oh, dang it. All that juicy damage.
Oh, you caught him.
Got him.
Sonic Dolphin says you jump a lot.
Oh, I thought this shit was over.
I'm playing Saber Wolf. What am I supposed to do, Sonic?
He ain't completed, so he ain't get that damage. Like if you don't end the combo, all that damage you build up, it won't. You won't.
Just like
you won't get
always.
it.
I think maybe that was where the adrenaline went that time. Mine was starting to kick in.
Is he gonna ultra?
So
you made the little
there
mistake.
You go.
Can we just, remind everybody how amazing the soundtrack is?
I ain't gonna lie, he kicked his ass with that.
So
we have time for one more, or
I think you can do. Update. I think you can probably do one more.
Oh, okay, fine.
We may have to leave this on a tie if that happens. That works for me.
Yeah, okay, that works.
That works for me.
2-0 works.
All right,
come on, man. What y'all?
I'm jumping too much. Don't mind me.
Come on, there we go with the update finally.
What?
Oh, this is bad.
That'll do.
Well then.
He's whooping his ass. Ken Lott whooping his ass out there.
On the real.
That's the original creator from this shit, bro.
Yep. And dude with him, he done worked on Street Fighter all type, Mortal Kombat all types of shit. Yep.
That's what we need, another Mortal Kombat, man. That's my shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the next one gonna look crazy.
Hell yeah, the next one look crazy.
Cause the one out now, man, that shit look. Damn, that shit look awesome.
Oh,
yeah. The one that's the old one still look good, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one we was just playing, yeah.
Yeah, that shit ain't even X enhanced or none of that shit.
Yeah.
Damage.
Oh, his block game on point.
Got him.
Oh,
you got a long way to go though.
You know, you gotta end them combos. If you not, you won't get that damage. You build up all that damage to take away. You don't end that combo. That shit just stays.
I failed download.
Oh. Grab that nigga, slam him. Oh, okay.
No, that was. Do it. Pounce on me.
Oh, he missed him. He got him.
Oh, yeah.
He missed him.
Oh, caught him again.
Yeah, he missed him.
Totally failed on your stupid. I knew.
Oh, he in the wisdom.
Yeah,
He over there work. Get he over there work. He's gonna get an ultra. Caught him.
No, he missed him.
I was about to.
Still fun. Is there anything we didn't cover that you guys think you want to shout out? We got a couple minutes left.
Bon Lamont was good, bro.
Oh, right. We have some patch. We have a minor balance patch, guys. Nothing new. Just minor balance patch.
Minor. So.
What?
All right. First of all, thanks to everybody who gave us lots of feedback and lots of intel and information about what was going on during our unfortunate time where we were having online issues. Yeah, there was some stuff changing in the background. Wasn't so much KI as it was just trying to figure out what we need to adjust to, you know, make it right. So everybody gave us tons of feedback. So now to the stuff that we're holding back during that.
Minor.
Yeah, minor. So combo breaker advantage time adjustments heavily demanded for Rash. No longer +9, now +1.
Man, what the fuck?
Okay, Saber Wolf combo breaker advantage time. No longer -7.
I blame K-Mega. K-Mega sucked me off.
This is good. This gives me more pressure.
Oh, right. Sorry. Wrong way.
Rash, light kick, auto double.
I watched K-Mega video. It was like, yeah, they're going to update upcoming.
You want afterwards because it's +9. Now it's the same as light punch, auto double. I think that's +2.
I'll take a major L on this.
So that's good. So that is it.
And then our favorite, Awesome Aganos.
Okay, that is in review.
If anybody watched, I think it was CEO Aganos somehow broke the screen and like frozen War Golem. It was great.
We know how to do it. No promises on that one. We're still looking at it. It's one of those ones where based on this timeline, we got to get this other stuff done. And then there's some Shadow Lords updates coming, which is fun. There's the quest chain that was broken that doesn't really block an achievement. We gave you another workaround, but it'll just make things easier. And in general,
go back.
Nothing to do with new characters, new moves, nothing to do with balance. It's just a fun thing that is in test right now that people have suggested and we've thought about. I'm not going to talk about it. It's going to silently go out if it happens, and we'll see if people notice it.
All right.
And that is it. I hate to do the mystery thing, but this one is a necessary one.
It's a super minor thing, though. Nothing new.
Nothing
new. We told you. I mean, granted, I could have used better phrasing when I announced the stream. I apologize. I just got really excited that I would get to be on a stream with Ken and James and like, what is my life?
You bitch!
So my bad on that, guys. I'll be better in the future.
I'm talking to whoever doing this Microsoft. I'll say this was the ultimate troll.
We got to see some really cool clips. Talked about, you know, how you guys have been in the fighting games and all that. So, yeah, I think that about does it for us. So we'll be here, just a reminder, every Tuesday at noon Pacific time. We'll be having this show. It'll be me and playing.
I ain't watching this shit no more.
Next week is going to be our first Throwback Tuesday stream, so I'll probably be having some guests on to play a possibly game or one of the original Xbox One launch titles yet. Haven't decided. When we have that, we'll announce it on the Microsoft Studios Twitter. So keep an eye on that for news on that.
Keep an eye on that
since it is Tuesday, make sure you come back at 3 p.m. at mixer.com/tips and tricks, and Ethan and Malik will have something cool. Last week they had Gabby.
This is some dog shit, bro. This is some dog shit, bro.
Yo,
hold up, bro.
Yo, I watched K-Mega.
Hold up, bro.
I watched K-Mega video and the Destructoid article and everything, man.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the foolishry and fuckery.
Hold on. Hey, I just want to. Hey, I just want to apologize to the chat.
No,
this was not on Z. This was on.
Hey,
this was on me.
Yeah.
This is on me. This is a major L. Oh, this was a major L. I watched K-Mega video and he was like, "Man, Joe, you know, upcoming new."
What's the problem?
Cause you know I had popped across when I saw the new Killer Instinct news and all that stuff. And he was like, you know, upcoming news on what they got coming up or something like that. And then I went and read the Destructoid article too. So I'm like, oh man, there might be some good news in this. You know, the way everybody was treating it, there was a fucking patch. A patch.
Hey, bro.
Not a character, no DLC, no new game, but a patch.
I lost 7 subscribers behind that dog shit, bro. That was some dog shit.
Oh man, yeah, we can't get that time back, bro.
No, we can't get that time back.
Understand that too.
I see niggas playing this
Can't
No
become the
Man's
number
Sky.
one wealthiest PC user. Can't hack. This is literally, dude. This
is
is
it out?
literally cheat codes.
I think so.
It's literally cheat codes. I just gotta wait it out. I can't believe it's only 50 sparks.
This is some dog shit.
It's straight booty.
Yeah, I did, man. Yo, Mass, that's crazy. I just during the stream, I just text the Microsoft Studio, the guy who was running the feed. I say, man, this was an epic troll, man. Y'all give me the little the emoji with the tongue out and stuff, man. A troll, man. That was an epic troll.
That shit was trash, bro. That was some real life trash, man. I gotta get my Twitch shit together. That's why I don't even fuck with Mixer no more, man. I done took my business over to Twitch, man. I done took my shit over to Twitch.
That latency is. If Twitch can get its latency to where Mixer got it, that 1-to-1, like when you do something, it's instant response. Like the chat see it like 1-to-1, even the gameplay and shit like that. So.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, man. Listen, this one ain't on me, bro.
Yeah, this was on me, people.
This one right here was
because when I told Z was like, "What stream? Who want the band?" I'm like, "Yeah, they supposed to upcoming news and what they currently got, and what's coming in the future."
This one right here was Beyond Z. This one right here was Beyond.
This never again. I would definitely do some more investigation.
This one right here was Beyond Z, man. This one right here was Beyond Z. This ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
I'm sorry, y'all can't get that time back.
No, they can't get that time back, bro. What was you thinking?
Hey, I won't see y'all off no more. This was a straight send-off mission right here, man.
Yeah, it was, bro. Hey, yo, bro, you janky as hell for that, man.
That was janky promoters right there.
Hey, yo, janky as hell for that, man.
Hey, that playing janky promoters right there.
Post janky, hey, yo, post janky as hell for that one, bro.
My bad, people.
Nah, we don't want to talk about
I
all
do
shit.
apologize.
Hey, nah, we ain't apologize
Look,
about
man,
nothing.
what you finna get your ass whooped in, man?
Hey,
What you?
listen, bro. Listen. Hey, we was on that fight night. What you want, bro? I didn't want to do more than check it. We was on that fight night.
It don't matter.
Oh shit, I'm moved up right now. That was some real live janky promoted shit right there, bro.
Just a second.
That was some dog shit, man.
That shit.
Hey, Post, you going straight to the Lake Files for that one, bro.
Oh man, I didn't mean it.
I admit.
I remember when I told Z about that Microsoft Studio announcement.
What the hell is the game? I forgot you did the game. I got to call back and get my whatchamacallit from my games with gold, man. I gotta get this shit back. I bought somebody a game, a subscriber, Mortal Kombat. You know, it was on sale for $10 with all the DLC and all that shit. He couldn't use it in the UK, so I gotta call him to get my money back.
Oh, you gifted it to him?
Yeah.
You couldn't use it in the UK?
Man.
Wow.
That shit was crazy. He is worried. Send me some contact info on Xbox. I need to come out of retirement. Oh, man. That was some wild shit right there, man. Hey, yo, he said, yo, Microsoft shut down. You saw, hey, Harry Halim, you see that shit? 'Cause I was about to cut up in the chat.
Yo, they cut that chat quick. People start.
They cut that shit down quick. I tried to, man. They cut that bitch down quick.
Man, they could have put that on Twitter, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that
That's
was.
something you could have just announced on Twitter.
Yeah, man. I got all these goddamn games over here, man. Game Pass, though. I got so many goddamn games on this Xbox, man. It's crazy. Gotta get my PlayStation shit back up, though. I'm gonna go pick up Street Fighter. I ain't never played that fucking Division, bro. That's what we need to happen. I ain't never played that motherfucking Division. Ever, really.
You never played Division?
Nah, man.
You won't never load that shit up.
We need to hop on that bitch, bro. I
You can definitely do
I want to be down there with that shit by 2-2. Come get here.
Oh, the story easy.
Yeah.
It depends on what difficulty level we playing on, but that shit. But if I play with you, it's gonna be easy, cause my weapons yeah, that shit. My weapons and shit leveled up, all that shit, so it'll kill them quick. But you, it'll be a little difficulty there.
CFDs, man. My boat all tricked out, man. I got the fastest boats in the 7 oceans, the 7 seas. Man, hopping on the goddamn CFDs, bro.
Man, you gonna quit coming for me? I'ma heat your ass, boy. You know we do this.
Yeah, man. That's some wild shit, little shit, man. They got some fun. I'm a fell off. I ain't seen Avengers, bro. I ain't seen Spider-Man. There's so much shit I ain't seen.
What, the movies?
Yeah, man.
Man, I'll be on Cody. I just got through watching Ant-Man 2 on Cody. I be watching everything. I'm finna watch the Equalizer 2 on there. The Purge, the new Purge is on there. All that shit on there.
Cody still working?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Cody working. And all them errors and all that shit that used to pop up and all that shit. Don't none of that shit pop up no more. Only get one error, but it's for some debug shit. But as far as the different as far as the different muscle names like Covenant and Chopper and Incursion, the ones you use to see the movies, them don't give off errors no more. It just come right on. I think this alpha, it's still an alpha, but I think this build is 3, alpha build 3 that is on now. And that shit been running smooth.
So I gotta update my shit again, which is what you're saying.
Yeah, if you ain't opened it in a while, it's been through multiple updates.
Oh yeah, that bitch is wild. I think the last time I opened that bitch when we did something with it. This shit's Cody right here. Alpha 3. That's on Alpha 3. You do my shit on automatic update, I guess.
Yep.
I'm sorry about that live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, don't blame me. This was Beyond Z.
Yeah, that was. Oh man.
I feel like my man crapping out that bitch dropping a megaton.
Man, I got caught, man. I'm like, oh. And it was a fucking patch to balance the game, man. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, okay. I got here. This the Cody shit on my shit. Let me see. What, Exodus? So they got the movies at this motherfucker.
Yeah, y'all go hit in the chat, blame post up. This was Beyond Z.
Oh, yeah, shit, Beyond Z. Oh man, shout out to my man. He said, I just was wasting my time watching that garbage. Yeah, man. Everybody cheerleading. It ain't my fault, baby. It ain't my fault, man. Not my fault. Yeah, man, I guess we can do something. We can hop on. What I'm gonna play, man. What I'm gonna do?
Maz, you sell open pork chops. Fuck is you talking about, boy?
I said already immediate rebuild. I'm doing a fresh install or
The nigga Maz unpack meat for a living. Fuck is you talking about, boy? Okay, I get it. The chat is going in on me right now. Yo, hey, yo, you know what? I ain't even mad at you.
Yeah,
I ain't even mad at you.
That shit wild, man. That was some crazy shit there.
I deserve everything y'all saying right now. I took that time from y'all. Y'all can't get it back.
Yeah, man. I am trying to provide good content to my subscribers. The power of the stream, rocking that meat freezer, real meat beater. Oh shit, that shit was wild, man. Yeah,
Mash, you got an Aaron Greenberg fanny pack on, fuck nigga.
Yeah, man. No, but I guess when I'm home, I bought, man.
Oh, he called me Post Eastwood. That's a new one. Yo, that's a new one. Hey. Hey, Chris Jones, bogus for that. Hey.
They ain't tripping. Listen, but when we playing though, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I might take my business, take my talents across the street, man.
I know that's where you about to go.
Oh no, man. You niggas over here, you Xbox niggas in. Y'all niggas dropping these megatons. Yeah, man, I don't know what we doing. We got him with the expanded mind Wednesday, bro.
Okay.
Man, that was some wild shit there. Yeah.
Okay, so it's updating. Yep. Oh yeah, you ain't opened that joint in a minute.
Yeah, I ain't. So last time I opened it up was when we together. He said, "Play Sun Z so I can forget what I witnessed, man."
Yeah. They cutting up in the chat. Oh man.
This is Beyond Z.
So I can forget what I witnessed. Oh man, my bad, y'all. You know what? I ain't gonna recommend shit. Oh man.
Did Cody smooth?
Yeah.
Cody smooth. I just gotta let my shit update. Cody alright.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of shit on Cody.
Hold on, I gotta get back right though.
He say Post messed up, but what do I expect from a nigga that named himself after cereal? Oh, yo, they tripping.
I just knew I was a hell of a father.
Okay, porch closed and then reopened.
Yeah, no, that's what we talking about. That shit working now?
Now open it back up.
They're not opening shit back up.
Yeah.
Yo, I ain't. That's a lot of shit I ain't never.
I am a big fan of the faster than light protocol.
Low latency is huge. FTL is insane.
I love the FTL feature. Being able to have that instant connection with my audience was very important to me.
Mixer's time from me saying something between they see it at 0.2 seconds faster than light. Yeah, that's why I stream on Mixer. I want that rapido speed.
There is nothing but love and acceptance, and the FTL.
It ain't my fault, man. Did I do that? It ain't my fault.
Yes, kid, but yeah, that's good. That's normal.
It ain't my fault, man. Did I do that? It ain't. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Look a little clean back there. Okay, Mixer. Ain't seen this shit in forever. That's how this would work.
Yep. Remember how all them errors used to be popping up? Bloop, 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 error. Yep.
Look at it. That shit cooking in. All right. Yeah, so like, what we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody at work, what we playing today, man? I do a little Bloodborne, a little Yakuza, what? Name it. Tell me what we doing today, man. You want to see me beat that? Y'all want to see me beat Post the fuck up in Fight Night? What we doing today, baby? What? How you spell it?
They definitely ain't gonna watch
Get that pink towel. Look at it. Oh, motherfucker, man. Here. Go get your ass in the shower. Never came back. What up? Hey, they ain't announced nothing, man. They announced a patch. A patch. That's all they did, man. All I gave was a patch.
Mash, you gonna keep coming at me, fuck nigga. You a pole dancer for the Zulu Nation. Fuck out of here, boy.
You think you a lap dancer for Africa Bambaataa? You said pole be lap dance for Africa Bambaataa. Killed him,
yo. No expansion, man. We thought it. Hey, I was under the assumption that, you know, they set them pins up new now, where you can like put things in, you can group things now. Games, fighting games in their own groups, this in their own groups, that in their own groups. Because they did my shit like that too.
They always doing some shit around, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, let's we're gonna do a little streaming, man. I'm gonna hop on Twitch, I guess. And
no, he finna go over to that damn. You finna put in a Yakuza?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. It's just supposed to be to the news to DMX, the DM Xbox on Twitter. This nigga stupid, man. Hey, MM2K, what's up, baby? What's up, Mighty Mouse? Fight night? All right, fight night, man. They want to see me beat Post the fuck up in Fight Night. What's up? You want some Fight Night in you post?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, fuck it. All right, we gonna do this, man. Let me set my monitor and shit up on post. All right, give me. Listen, here we go. The stream will be up in 2 seconds. Listen, here, click right here. I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of Post. I'm gonna do The Last of Us 2, man. Listen, I got all day, man. Listen, I gotta make Post feel some pain for that, man. I gotta make him feel some pain for that, man. All right, I'm gonna beat him up Fight Night. Then I'm gonna run the games. I'm gonna run the GameStop and get that Street Fighter arcade, not arcade shit for the PS4.
This nigga Mass take mud baths with koofies on and shit. Fuck out of here, boy.
You still got that 5-inch? Yeah, I got that 5-inch monitor, fuck nigga.
Taking mud baths with a dashiki on. Fuck is you talking about? You keep coming for me.
Hey, yo, man. Yo. Hey, motherfucker, man's got a part-time job putting butters and biscuits in Bojangles. Hey, nigga, turn that fight night on, post.
All right.
About to get your ass. Well, listen. Nah, it wasn't that new for what's called? Yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go on Twitch right now. Right now. I'm just switching the monitors, man. I got this little ass leapfrog ass monitors. Plug it up. Cause I ain't about to play Fight Night through no OBS. Let me see. Let me go switch. So I'll be right back in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop the stream now. I'll be right back in.
Oh, Jerry, you too, huh?